You mentioned X Games there. So you did things kind of, I wouldn't say opposite, but most athletes go first the competition route and then into like the performing show route. And you kind of did things the other way around.
Well, that's because you need an X Games invite. You don't. It's like an invitation. So, and I was trying to ride the mega ramp. Like I wasn't trying to do dirt or street or skate park because that's just not what I didn't think I like. Obviously, I didn't know I'd be so good at dirt, but because I didn't think about how big the jumps were and if I could translate my tricks to that like smaller jump, which is kind of funny because the dirt jumps aren't small to other people, but to me, the dirt jumps are small.
Yeah.
And it's about fitting the trick. So then it was like, I want to get in the mega ramp. And the mega ramp's like, I don't know, obviously it's a dangerous contest. And the thing about X Games is like, I'm sure there's contests in your world that it's the same, but like if you get an invite, you're taking away someone else's invitation. So it's like, even though I could do all these tricks on a jump, like the jump, they didn't think I could do anything on the quarter pipe. Okay. And then they wanted proof, but then there's only like, at the time, there was only like 1 or 2 mega ramps in the USA. So it's like, how do you prove you can do the mega ramp unless you fly to America and specifically film a video on it? And then like now you have to go risk your life on a mega ramp just to try get an invite, you know, like it was hard to make the decision to do it, but then I did it and I got an invite. But there was a good like 3 or 4 years where I was begging X Games to do the mega ramp contest, and I just never got an invitation.
It's insane. Like it's insane with all the stuff that you were doing on like the Nitro tour, and you still
Resi doesn't count to them. They thought I could only do my tricks to the Resi. That was the argument. And then they said I couldn't do the quarter pipe, but I'm crazy. I could do it. I knew I could do it. It's funny because the run that won me my first gold medal is a run that I could have done 4 years before.
That's what year was that? The first gold? You remember?
Good question. Because
that must have been.
I'd be guessing, but I think it was like 2018.
That must have been a big like FU to like all the guys that didn't want you to come into X Games.
I don't know if there was people that didn't want me to come in, but I think there was people that like the guys that were in the X Games, the guys that actually wrote it, they wouldn't mind if I was in it because I actually in 2017 or maybe early 2015 I snuck into X Games and I did a 720 front flip. I think you call it a twister, but I did a 720 front flip in 2015 after sneaking into X Games because they usually just have a wristband, but I had a full bodysuit and it went over my wrist. So I just walked in with everyone else, and then I just did a 720 front flip over the gap. Yeah, so I literally broke into X Games in 2000 because we were there doing a demo for scooters, but all we were on a 3-foot mini in like the merchandise segment, and they were like letting us do demos on a 3-foot mini. And then anyway, I brought my bike because I knew like maybe I could get in. And then, I literally just put my full bodysuit on and walked over with my full face helmet, bike, and I looked apart and I just went up and I did it.
That is wild. And like, did no one notice or like, surely someone must have seen you.
After the fact, but I made sure like I kind of got in. I think it took me 3 tries. I think, so the first 2 tries I like kind of fell over, and then I was like, oh gosh, like because the last thing you want to do is like sneak on, get hurt, and then I'd never be in X Games, you know. So I just like snuck on. I got like I think 2 or 3 jumps. I landed my 720 front flip, which was like no one like that. So technically it was the world's first because it was the first time like in people's world to wood, but I did it, and then I was like, I got the footage, you know, and then I just got out of there before they like realized. They did realize like probably after the fact, but I was healthy. I didn't hurt myself. No one got hurt. No one got frustrated or angry, and I was out of there with my 720 fronting.
That's so funny. And that
Yeah, I
was on the
still didn't
Mega
get the
Ramp.
invite for 2 years.
That's insane. Like, what the hell? Like, you think like, what have I got to do?
It's because I only
What?
aired the quarter. I didn't do any tricks on the quarter pipe after,
Ah,
but I feel like that was the dangerous part. So I didn't want to push it and like hurt
yeah.
myself, and then everyone would be in trouble.
What's? I mean, most for people from the outside, what's X Games like? What is the vibe? Like, what is it actually like being there as an athlete? Like, because I think, I mean, obviously, and what's the situation? Because I know I felt like they, maybe I'm wrong, but I felt like over some years they maybe lost a little bit of the hype. Like it's some back in the day, like 10 years ago, when it was like at the LA Coliseum and stuff, it was like there was one event and now there's multiple events around the world. Yeah, what's your take on like sort of where X Games is at the moment?
Oh yeah, I think X Games is definitely back, but I agree with you that like it was kind of there was a few X Games like all over the place, and then maybe it dilutes how like crazy it is. But I feel like the American X Games is always insane, and it always gets a lot of like if you do something crazy at the American X Games, it usually goes very viral. Like I feel like that's where I got a lot of eyes on me, and like I think because even when I did my first X Games, I didn't even win, but I did the nothing front bike flip, and it was like ESPN top like 2 moment or something of the week, and it went everywhere, and I remember that was like a huge thing that I didn't even I just landed a trick in my run and it went super viral. So I feel like it obviously has a lot of hype behind it still. But I think that the vibe at X Games is incredible. Like everyone is watching everyone's events. The skateboarders watch the motocross watch the BMX, and, like the BMX watch the skateboarding. And I think that it's funny because I was like a scooter rider still, but then everyone was like riding my scooter because I brought it to the X Games, and like in the rider lounge, everyone's like riding my scooter, trying like tail whips on flat or like just cruising around on it. And it's funny because people's perception is like, oh, they wouldn't even like want to talk to me because I'm a scooter rider. Like when I first did X Games, that was like the stereotypical idea that everyone had, but it was like the opposite. Everyone was like super nice. The skateboarders were like nice to talk to me. And, like everyone's like a cool like little family, and everyone's like got everyone's back. I think it's because it's action sports. It's like I think that something about action sports where it's like you can't not root for everyone because them someone not doing good is like them going to the hospital. So it's not like another sport where it's like I hope he drops the ball. It's like no, I hope no one drops the ball. Like I hope we all go out there and do our best, and then whoever wins wins on the day. But I feel like in action sports, it's a different vibe. It's like no one wants anyone to crash because it's just the repercussions are so bad.
If you guys enjoyed this clip, please like and subscribe. And to watch the full podcast, click the link in the description below.
That was iconic.